Hello, welcome everyone, and thank you for taking the time to join Boundless Journeys today to learn about our hiking and cultural adventures in Bhutan. My name is Kristen, and I manage our Bhutan trips. I am very excited to share this incredible secluded kingdom with you and hope it will inspire you to join us on a trip in the near future. Before we get started, I would like to draw your attention to the chat window on the left side of the screen. I will not be answering questions during this presentation. However, I will respond to each question individually by email shortly after we conclude today. Or if you prefer, please feel free to email me directly at kristen@boundlessjourneys.com. Boundless Journeys has been offering trips to Bhutan for nearly 14 years now, and we have a long-standing relationship with our guides there. Joining us from Bhutan today is Sonam Namgay, who is photographed here playing archery, Bhutan's national sport and one of his favorite pastimes. Sonam is a former guide who is now the operations manager in our Bhutan office and with whom I work closely to oversee our trips in country. Please note that because we are online with our Bhutan office today, there may be internet connectivity issues. And if this is the case, we will do our best to continue the webinar in Sonam's absence. Welcome, Sonam, and thank you for joining us.
Thank you, Christine. I'm very happy to show you my beautiful country.
Excellent, Sonam. Thank you. I'd like to start by telling you a bit about Boundless Journeys, in case you are new to us today. Simply put, Boundless Journeys handcrafts outstanding travel experiences for people with an adventurous spirit, and traveling with us offers some distinct advantages. For example, we keep our groups small. We never have more than 16 guests on our tours. However, in Bhutan, our average group size is about 8 to 12 guests, which allows us to tread lightly and have more intimate meals and experiences. Our small groups and exceptional guides allow for authentic, immersive experiences. Several of us in our US office have traveled to Bhutan and can answer your questions about the country and our itineraries, and can also help you with any pre or post-trip arrangements you may need. As you will see with Sonam today, our guides are all incredibly experienced and enthusiastic about their country. They know the trails inside and out, as well as have the connections to make arrangements for unique and special experiences. We choose some wonderful, comfortable hotels with excellent personalized service. You'll get a true feeling of the culture and warm hospitality of the area when you stay at these properties. And last but not least, we provide custom trip planning services for private groups in addition to our scheduled tours. Why travel to Bhutan? We often describe Bhutan as Nepal without the budget backpackers and Tibet before the Chinese invasion. The landscape is varied, with views of the snow-capped Himalayas from almost everywhere. As you will learn when there, Buddhist philosophy is reflected in all areas of life, and the country has been working very hard to maintain its culture and preserve its cultural and natural resources in this age of modernization and globalization. Bhutan is a far cry from most other Asian nations. And finally, without further ado, I'll let Sonam take us through the many experiences we offer in Bhutan. Sonam, we certainly appreciate having your expertise today.
Thank you, Christine. Hello, everyone, and Kuzu Zangpola, as we say in Bhutan. I am very pleased to be a part of this webinar. Thank you for inviting me to join here and talk about this unique destination in Bhutan. Before I get started, I would like to introduce myself. My name is Sonam Namgay, and I'm from Trongsa region, located in the central Bhutan. My village is one of the most remote areas in Bhutan, which remained untouched with modern developments. Until 2014, neither we had roads nor electricity. We had to walk for about 5 to 6 hours to get there. We still do not have any television and internet facilities. I've been in tourism industry since 2005. I worked as a leading tour guide for about 7 years and then became a part of Boundless Journeys in 2013. The Kingdom of Bhutan is a tiny Himalayan country landlocked between two giant countries, China in the north and India in the south, with a population less than 700,000. Buddhism arrived in 7th century with Guru Padmasambhava, popularly known as Guru Rinpoche or Precious Master to the Bhutanese people. He is still worshipped as a great historical and religious figure in Bhutan, and his statue can be seen in almost all the temples, dzongs, and monasteries. Buddhism plays a fundamental role in the culture, ethical, and sociological development of Bhutan and its people. In 2008, Bhutan became a democracy after 100 years of monarchy. Now, what is unique about Bhutan's transition to democracy is that, unlike other countries where democracy was often achieved through blood, rebellions, and warfare, in Bhutan it was initiated from the king's throne itself. The Bhutanese have always lived in harmony with and full respect for nature. The government has enacted a law that shall maintain at least 60% of our forest cover for all time. Today, we the Bhutanese are very proud to declare that our country isn't just carbon neutral, but it's carbon negative. The government wants to maintain a balanced natural ecosystem with environmental conservation and sustainable development as her pillars. Although modernization is slowly making its way with Western influences, most of Bhutan's people still live quietly in small remote villages. The predominant way of life is small family farms, and Bhutan's number one occupation is being a farmer. For a small country located between two most populated countries of the world, the preservation and promotion of its distinct cultural identity is seen as an important means for its survival as an independent and sovereign kingdom. Culture is preserved in formal ways through the requirement to wear our traditional clothing during working hours, for all the buildings to adhere to the national architecture standards, and mandatory mindfulness training in schools. Bhutan is perhaps the best example where controlled tourism has been effective. By establishing a policy of high-value, low-impact tourism, the Kingdom of Bhutan seeks to ensure that it attracts only the most discerning visitors with deep respect for cultural values. Interactions with visitors to our country have contributed to a sense of national identity, making we the Bhutanese very proud of their country's unique culture and environment. Tourism has further enhanced the need to conserve the country's natural and cultural assets. Bhutan is divided into three zones. The southern zone has low foothills that are covered with dense tropical forest with an average temperature of 20 degrees Celsius. This region is hot and humid. The central zone is situated between 2,000 and 3,500 meters, while the climate in the lower valley is semi-tropical. Most of the region is alpine with a monsoon. The central zone is divided into three regions: Western Bhutan, Central Bhutan, and Eastern Bhutan. The northern zone stretches from west to east between 6,800 meters to 7,400 meters, forming part of the Great Himalayas. Now, below are some of the regions or places that we include in our boundless trips. Paro Valley is situated in the northwestern part of the country with 2,200 meters above sea level. The beautiful valley of Paro encapsulates within itself a rich culture, scenic beauty, and hundreds of myths and legends. The first thing that you will notice as you land to Paro Valley is the absence of noise and a feeling of peacefulness which is rare in most of. It is home to many Bhutan's oldest temples and monasteries, national museum, and country's only international airport. The mountain Jomalhari, which is approximately 7,314 meters above sea level, reigns in white glory at the northern end of the valley, and its glacial water plunged through deep valleys to form Paro River, which we locally call it as Paro Chu. Paro is also one of the most fertile valleys in the kingdom, producing a bulk of famous local red rice from its terraced fields. The traditional houses in Paro are the finest example for the Bhutanese architecture. Above all, the most exciting and famous site in Paro is the Taktsang Monastery, popularly known as the Tiger's Nest. It is perched on the site of a 900 meters cliff above the Paro Valley, and it's considered one of the most venerated pilgrimage sites in the whole Asia. The name of the monastery, Tiger's Nest, is derived from the story of its foundation. According to the legend, Guru Padmasambhava is said to have flown here on the back of tigers from eastern Bhutan to flourish Mahayana Buddhism in this valley. The master meditated at the tiger's nest for 3 months, subduing all the demons and evil spirits and made them the main protector of his dharma. The hike to tiger's nest is approximately 4 to 5 hours, going up and coming down. Thimphu is the capital city of Bhutan with an elevation of 2,400 meters above sea level. Thimphu didn't really exist as a town until it became the capital of Bhutan in 1955. The first vehicles appeared in Thimphu was only in 1962. It is often said that Thimphu is the only world's capital without traffic lights. One was installed several years ago, but the residents here complained that it was impersonal and ugly, and then it was removed within days. Traffic continues to be directed by policemen stationed at 2 traffic circles. They keep Thimphu's traffic flowing throughout the day, smiling and using elegant, exaggerated gestures. They disappear at night and leave drivers to sort things out for themselves. Some of the places of interest in Thimphu are National Memorial Stupa, National Textile and Folk Heritage Museums, the glorious Tashichadzong or the fortress, the Weekend Vegetable Market, and again we have an opportunity to witness an archery tournament, and also there is a painting school of arts and crafts. One of the most recommended hike in Thimphu Valley is the Cheri Gampa hike, which is in the North Thimphu. Punakha served as the capital city of Bhutan until 1955. It continues to be the winter residence for the central monastic body. It is a subtropical valley with an average elevation of 1,200 meters above sea level. On the highway of Punakha from Thimphu, we have one stunning pass of 3,050 meters called Dochula Pass, surrounded with amazing 108 stupas. When we are blessed with clear weather, we have a superb view over Himalayan mountains, including the highest peak of Bhutan called Kankarpinsum, which is around 7,500 meters above sea level. This valley has the most beautiful dzong or fortress in the whole country. The Punakha Dzong is also known as the Palace of Great Happiness, and it is a massive structure at the junction of 2 rivers. It was in this dzong where the forefather of present monarch of Bhutan was crowned as the first king of Bhutan. One of the beautiful hikes on this valley is the hike to Khamsungili Namgyal Choten and also Chimilhagang, or the temple of divine temple of fertility. Gangti is another beautiful valley located at the border of western and central. It is one of the few glacial valleys at an average elevation of 3,000 meters above sea level. This valley is a winter home for the rare black-necked crane, an endangered species that migrates from Tibetan Plateau. Every local people celebrate the arrival of cranes in winter season with the rhythm of songs and dances dedicated to this special bird. We have also one old monastery called Gangtigamba from 16th century, overlooking the whole valley as one of the attractions. Many hikes can be done in this region. Jakar, popularly known as Pungtang, is the spiritual heartland of Bhutan and home to many old Buddhist temples and stories. It is located in north-central of Bhutan with an average elevation of 2,700 meters above sea level. Bumtang in total has 4 beautiful valleys, Chokor, Chume, Tang, and Ura. These fertile valleys are covered in fields of buckwheat, rice, and potatoes. It is also known for the best buckwheat pancakes or noodles in the whole Bhutan. So if you ever visit Bumtang area in Bhutan, Make sure you don't miss buckwheat pancakes and noodles. Some of the great site visits in this region are Jambelhagang or Jambe Temple, built in 7th century, Kurje Temple, where Guru Padmasambhava, the founder of Buddhism in Bhutan, has left his body imprint in one of the caves. Jakarjong, also known as the Fortress of White Bird. There is also Tamshing Temple, where we can see the most oldest wall paintings of Bhutan from 15th century. There are plenty of day hikes and cultural trekking in and around this region. Bumtang Valley is also very popular for the colorful festivals. One of the most fascinating festivals which attract hundreds of visitors is Jambelhagang Festival.
Thank you, Sonam, for that great overview of the various places to visit in Bhutan. Before you continue, I just wanted to mention that not all of our scheduled trips go to all of these places that Sonam has mentioned. However, we'll go over our scheduled itineraries a bit later, but we can create any custom itinerary that goes to any combination of these areas and some further afield.
Bhutan being a mountainous country, there is no doubt that we have plenty of wonderful day hikes to offer in every region. Bhutan is seemingly a great destination to do day hikes that takes you up and close to many hilltop villages, remote valleys, monasteries, retreat centers. The trails that lead to these destinations are sometimes a small path on the ridge of terraced rice fields. In some cases, it's paved with wildflowers during spring. During winter, the walk may trigger the sound emanated by stirring dry shredded leaves, breaking the silence of steely forest. Largely, it traverses through farmhouses, fields, school, etc. A typical case where the journey is as beautiful as the destination. The difficult level of day hikes in Bhutan can be judged in terms of altitude, terrain, and length. Guests who are generally active will have no challenges, but we walk and hike at a gentle pace, stopping to take photos and have a snack. Most of our travel through Bhutan will be by the one route that traverses the kingdom. It is 1.5 lanes wide with many bends in the road, and there can be regular stops to cater for the roadworks for paving and widening the road. However, don't let this discourage you, as the scenery on your drives will make up for any small inconveniences, and our professional driver will ensure you feel safe. We use SUVs, minibuses, or coaches depending on group size. There are also now limited domestic flights operated by Royal Bhutan Airlines that can help to reduce the road travel time. When we have the program that goes all the way to central Bhutan, we do our best to use domestic flight from Paro Bumtang or vice versa, but this is not guaranteed. Bhutan knows several climate zones, ranging from alpine with eternal snow in the mountains to temperate in the center of the country to subtropical in the south. The climate can be quite unpredictable, even within a day or from one day to another. Although each of the Bhutanese seasons has its advantages and disadvantages, the spring and fall are traditionally the most popular times to visit the kingdom. From May to late September, summer monsoon affects Bhutan, and we do not offer trips at that time. In springtime, you can see the spectacular rhododendron in full blossom, and day temperature ranges from 11 degrees Celsius to 25 degrees Celsius. September to November are usually very mild and clear, with sharp clear skies and magnificent views over the Himalayan regions, with the day temperature ranging from 11 degrees Celsius to 24 degrees Celsius. Because of the Bhutan's geographical situation and climatic condition, we have a wide variety of plants, flowers, and trees. Beside dense forestation, grazing lands, green valleys, wild flowing rivers, and crystal blue lakes, we also have alpine mountains with snow-capped peaks and impressive glaciers. Bhutan's rich flora also contains over 5,500 species of vascular plants like beautiful rhododendron species, magnolias, over 600 orchid species, over 500 species of medical plants, beard moss, and delightful blue poppy, Bhutan's national flower. It's not only Bhutan's flora that will capture your heart, it also the kingdom's wildlife that's impressive and widely varied over 165 species of mammals, many of them endemic to Bhutan. It is the land of tigers, elephants, golden langurs, butterflies, water buffaloes, blue sheep, rhesus monkeys, and it of many Bhutanese people. The high Himalayas are the domain of the snow leopard. The Royal Kingdom is also a birdwatcher's paradise with over 770 bird species. Many of them are endemic to Bhutan, like the Palace osprey, the black-necked cranes, and the hornbill. The takin is Bhutan's national animal, being very unique and holding strong associations with the myths and religious histories.
Thank you, Sonam. That was excellent. Thank you for your detailed descriptions of the incredible diversity of Bhutan and what it has to offer to its visitors. I would now like to share with you a bit about accommodations we use in Bhutan. The hotels and lodges we use range from classic to luxury properties, or the equivalent of 3 to 5 star ratings. We select properties that are well located and reflective of the character and charm of the region. For our small group journeys, we use a combination of classic, or the equivalent of 3 star, and deluxe properties, or the equivalent of 4 star properties. Some are quite basic in towns where there are limited options, and others are quite nice and boutique in style. If you wish to upgrade your hotels, you may do so if you book a custom journey with us. There are several options for some pretty nice 5-star boutique properties in Bhutan, which I'll go into a little bit later. First, we'll start off in Thimphu. Here you will see the Hotel Druk, which is located in the center of the city's landmarks near the famous Thimphu Clock Tower and within walking distance of the main markets. Constructed in traditional Bhutanese style, this distinctive 4-star deluxe hotel is relaxed yet elegant with all the necessary comforts and amenities. Hotel Druk offers newly refurbished modern guest rooms with spacious accommodations, a soothing spa, and it has also a stylish bar and restaurant where we do dine for one evening. We'll now move to Punakha, where we use Drupchu Resort, which overlooks rice paddy fields and farmhouses and was constructed on the ruins of a former 100-year-old granary. It is a family-owned property, and although one of our most basic properties, the rooms are modest and comfortable with attached baths. The hotel name means healing waters and has its own natural spring. Please note that we may be adding hotels in Punakha to our collection for scheduled departures in 2018. Here is Hotel Dewachin, based in the small town of Gangte in the Phokchika Valley, home to the rare black-necked cranes, as Sonam had mentioned previously. Being quite rural and off the beaten path, Dewachin is one of our more modest accommodations, however, offers a relaxed setting with breathtaking views of the valley below. It has 16 comfortable double rooms, each containing ensuite bathrooms, colorful bedding, as you will see in the picture, and balconies. Rooms are heated by the traditional bukari, an iron stove, and hot water bags are available on the valley's coldest nights. Here you see Bumtong Mountain Lodge. It's one of the oldest hotels in the Bumtong region. It is a family-owned property and offers simple, comfortable accommodations and great hospitality. The rooms are appointed with wood paneling and heated by firewood stoves as well, and they also have ensuite baths. The property is within walking distance of the Wangdu Choling Palace, Jakar Town, and Chamkar Town. Raven's Nest here is situated in the upper Paro Valley and also set amidst farmhouses and rice fields, and very near to the trailhead for Tiger's Nest Monastery and the ruins of Drukgyal Dzong. You can even see Tiger's Nest from the lobby windows. Featuring 21 spacious rooms with ensuite baths and balconies, the hotel also has a library, a meditation room, Spa with a sauna, steam bath, and massage services. A nice treat after a hike up to the Tiger's Nest Monastery. And its restaurant serves Bhutanese, Indian, and Western style dishes and often gets raving reviews from our guests. As I mentioned earlier, there are numerous luxury accommodations in Bhutan, which if you book a custom tour with us, we can certainly book you at one of these accommodations. Many of the properties include international brands such as the Taj, Uma Como Resorts, and Amankora properties. If you wish for us to design a custom journey for you to Bhutan, we can certainly upgrade your accommodation to any of these properties. Some choose to splurge at the end of their tour, while others book luxury properties throughout. There is actually no doubt that staying at one of these properties is a memorable experience. You can contact us with details on the various options and the rates for these properties. I would like to now share with you a bit about Bhutanese cuisine. Everyone is always curious what the food is like in Bhutan. During your visit to Bhutan, you will have a chance to sample our famous and nutritious red rice, momos, which are dumplings filled with vegetables, cheese or meat, pumpkin soup, buckwheat noodles, and pancakes, as Sonam had mentioned earlier. I would like to let you know that I believe that there are some connectivity issues here, so I will continue on for Sonam until he is able to come back online, if he is able to. So there are lots of vegetables, and chicken and beef is common in Bhutan. There are sweet desserts, or actually, sorry, sweet desserts are not common in Bhutan. And Bhutanese typically eat fruit at the end of their meals. Breakfasts are more typical of Western style, with eggs, toast, oatmeal, and granola. Bhutanese also like to arrange at least one lunch at a local farmhouse to taste traditional cooking, and you'll have the opportunity to possibly meet a local family and see what a Bhutanese home is like. And you must try the Bhutanese national dish, amidst. This is made with chili. Bhutanese love their chilies, and a traditional cheese sauce. Most visitors like to eat it with rice, and visitors do say it gets more, or sorry, the Bhutanese say that it gets more spicy the further east you go in the country. Because of our local team's relationships in Bhutan and our wonderful local guides, we can offer really special experiences for our guests. We have the opportunity to visit and chat with young monks at a Buddhist college, which many of our guests feel is a highlight of their trip. It may be also possible to arrange a reading with a Buddhist astrologer to find out about your past and future lives. And we also like to allow for spontaneous opportunities as they happen based on local events. And our guides are really fantastic at being flexible and spontaneous when you're on the ground in Bhutan. Now that you have an idea of what Bhutan is like and what types of experiences we offer there, I'd like to delve into our different itineraries. Our newest itinerary, Hidden Kingdom in the Himalayas, is a cultural journey that gets you out on easy to moderate walks to visit some of the cultural highlights of Western Bhutan. We spent 2 nights in Thimphu, 2 nights in Punakha, and our final 3 nights in Paro. This trip is for those who don't have a lot of time and are more interested in a leisurely cultural journey. Our most popular tour, Hiking in the Peaceful Kingdom, is a 12-day immersive journey that is the perfect blend between being active and having unique cultural experiences. It is for those who are a bit more adventurous, but still wish to have the creature comforts of a clean, comfortable room to rest your head at night. As you'll see on the map here, the itinerary takes you out to central Bhutan and the areas Sonam had mentioned, both the less visited Phokchika and Boomtong valleys. You'll see Gangte is Phokchika and Jakar is the Boomtong Valley. There are some long transfer days by road. However, it is well worth it in our opinion to get a little bit more off the beaten path and delve deeper into the Kingdom of Bhutan. Another popular journey for those who wish to explore 2 Himalayan destinations in one trip is our Bhutan and Nepal Himalayan Kingdoms hiking tour. This is a perfect journey for those who wish to experience the cultural highlights of Western Bhutan on day hikes for the first part of the tour, but they also really want to get that true Himalayan trekking experience. In the Nepal, for the second half of this trip, we offer a lodge-to-lodge trek in the foothills of the Annapurna Mountains. This is a moderately challenging journey, serving as an ultimate Himalayan experience. If you can only visit the Himalayas once and you'd like a moderate hiking and trekking experience, this may be just the trip for you. We can create custom tours, as I mentioned earlier, to any of the regions that we have gone over and even a little bit further east into Bhutan. Whether you choose to join us for a specially crafted custom trip, you and your travel companions can join us, and we can create a fantastic itinerary for you that is tailored to your interests, showing you the beautiful Kingdom of Bhutan. I would like to thank Sonam for taking the time to join us today, and again, apologies that he was cut off a little bit sooner than we had hoped. But it was really wonderful to hear your insights into your incredible country and unique culture of Bhutan. It's always a pleasure working with you. I hope you enjoyed seeing and hearing about all that Bhutan has to offer. Please don't hesitate to get in touch if you have any questions about our scheduled small group adventures or custom trips. You can reach us at 1-800-841-8010, or again, email me at kristen@boundlessjourneys.com. Thank you for joining us today on this webinar, and I hope that you'll choose to explore this beautiful and magical country with Boundless Journeys.